what is the prayojana behind the different avasthas? Dream, sleep, waking. Why do we dream? Well, every avastha has prayojana. In sleep, there is ananda. It's very nice. And as is often said, even though there is no ananda for you, when you sleep, other people definitely have ananda because they don't have to deal with you. In any case, there is ananda in sleep. That is very, very nice. Then, sleep is like charging your phone. It's like a recharge for the whole system. So, naturally, even when the insentient devices need to be recharged, what to talk of the sentient body, mind, sense complex? It needs to be fed. It needs to be put out of commission for a while. So, that is the job of sleep. The waking state, of course, is very important because it's the only place where you are both karta and bhokta. Yeah, everybody should say it together. One person, bhokta. Karta means immediately you should think of bhokta. Raga? Like that. Yes. So, this is what it is. So, in sleep, are you a karta? No. Even if you kick somebody, you are not a karta. And in waking alone, you are both bhokta and karta. That's why the waking state is the hardest to intellectually, cognitively overcome. Don't, sleep state can be falsified. Oh, that was sleep. I didn't do anything. I didn't know anything. And then, oh, that was just a dream. Come on, that's not the reality. That was a dream state. Nobody after dreaming and then getting up keeps on living in the dream. Nobody does that. After a while, it was not the reality. But in the same way, the waking state is not a reality. We have a hard time to understand. Because one is involved in two ways. The kartritva buddhi is there, bhoktritva buddhi is there. One is both a karta and a bhokta. Being a karta and a bhokta, one becomes habituated to the cycles of what? Doing and then reaping the fruits of action. Doing, reaping the fruits of action. This is what happens cyclically, and this is a very addictive activity. Very addictive. Because I feel like it's in my hands, I am the karta, I am the one who is doing this, and for what am I doing? For bhogaya karma, for the sake of bhoga, only karma is there, no other sake. So first, I'd rather be a bhokta all the time, but nobody will give me anything if I am the bhokta all the time. I have to be the karta and then become the bhokta. This is the general idea. So the waking state is useful because one is the both the bhokta and karta. And so on the empirical level of reality, this is where all the vyavahara takes place. Transaction, giving, taking, going, coming, working, and working for 5 days, enjoying holiday on the 6th day. All these things happen when? In the waking state. But the most important function or the prayojana of the waking state is what? Pursuit of knowledge. That's the only thing. It's the only state in which I can pursue moksha. Supposing you have a dream guru came, dream upadesha was given with the help of dream mahavakya, tattvamasi, there, dream. When you wake up, what happens? I'm not talking of lucid dreaming. There is such a thing that is like half awake and half, I wouldn't call it sleep, half aware and half unaware, that kind of a thing, in between. It is mentioned in the Shastra also. Ubha in the Mandukya. We will study this. Ubhayataf prajna. Ubhayataf prajna. So one is antaf prajna. In sleep you are antaf prajna. In the waking state, bahish prajna. Prajna means awareness. I'm kind of sinking here. I'm having a sinking feeling. Let me sit in Vajrasana. No, I manage. So, sorry? Water?
Water fell. She's on it, so that's why.
Oh, okay, no problem. Yeah, it's fine. So, the antaf prajna, in sleep, in dream, and and then bahish prajna, waking state. In sleep it would be aprajna, nishprajna. But then there is something called ubhayataf prajna. This is a kind of a knowing being, knows the inside out literally of everything. And it is a state which like avatars have. Rama, Krishna, etc. when they come to earth, they are what? Ubhayataf prajna. They know they are not a human being. They know everything. But they behave like a human being. Or a fish. Or a pig. Not pig. What is it called? Boar. Whichever avatara they come in, they behave like that. But still, they know that they are completely self-aware. It is called Ubhayataf Prajna. So then, here in the waking state, alone you can pursue this knowledge. Will is there to at least get to the course or get to a class, sit down. After that the will doesn't need to operate. But the mind has to stay awake. Because dream guru, dream mahavakya, nothing happens. In the morning you just have a wistful feeling, that's all. If you remember, because the recollection is hazy. And so, that is the prayojana of the waking state. Then what else is left? Dream. In the dream state, some wonderful things happen. Some prarabdha is exhausted in the dream state, which is it's a safe outlet for the prarabdha to be exhausted. Suppose dream is all about the subconscious. The conscious mind says, I don't want this. But the unconscious of the subconscious mind rather is wanting something. And in the dream you experience whatever that thing is that you want. Like a diabetic person dreaming of eating laddus. Laddu, 10 of them. It's harmless, right? With the dream laddu, the sugar doesn't go up. The dream sugar level might go up if the fellow checks in the dream. But upon waking, gets panicky, oh my God, I ate, it doesn't even know whether it was a dream or not. Let's say the person gets very flustered upon waking and checks the blood sugar, it will be normal. Because 10 laddus have not been inhaled. They were inhaled where? In the dream. So that tivra ichha, that strong desire for the laddu somehow got assuaged in this dream. So dream is a harmful way of enacting and fulfilling desires, one, and overcoming some prarabdha. Let's say there is a durbala prarabdha, means a weak prarabdha, standing on one leg, meaning it's going this way, that way, it is weak. And what kind of a weak prarabdha? For somebody to be incarcerated, going to jail. But then it's not strong enough for the person to be caught and put in jail. And maybe that person is not doing anything wrong either in the waking state. So then how is that prarabdha, how does that get exhausted? The person dreams, oh, I have stolen something from the shop and I am running and 2 police are running behind me. And when the police are running behind me, what happens? I'm caught. And then they take me and put me in jail. Oh my God, I'm so alone, I'm so afraid. And the room in the prison has scorpions and all kinds of creepy crawlies. I can't handle it. I'm filled with fear and disgust. Where? In the dream. So that prarabdha of incarceration, which was a potential, is what? Is neutralized in the dream. So this is the dual function of the dream state. Some desires get fulfilled and some prarabdha gets neutralized. Both those are there.
Sleeping is also a function, is it not?
Can't hear.
Sleeping is also a function, is it not?
Sleeping has a function, yes. It gives rest to the body. Yeah, and to other family members from you.
Those who is sleeping is their karta.
Those who are sleeping, what?
Is karta.
No, in sleep you are not karta. You are bhokta.
Sleeper is a karta.
No. Because you are not aware. What are you doing in sleep? Nothing. You are not aware even of your own body. Sleeper is not karta. Bhokta, because some ananda is there. In mathematical zero, it exists as a number. In philosophy, what is it? Is it infinite? The Purnam no, it's not foolish. No question is foolish. In mathematics, zero is seen as absence. Absence. The example given by the questioner is 2 minus 2. What is the sum? 0. Yeah. 0. Meaning there are no numbers. Absence. Abhava. In Vedanta, there is no abhava, because when I say 2 minus 2 is 0, the 2 is gone, another 2 is also gone, and the sum of the subtraction of 2, 1 2 from another 2, yields an absence. That's why the 0 is put in the form of a whole. 0. It's a whole. Leaves a hole. There is no number. But then, who is the one that says there is an absence? Me. Am I present or not?
Yes.
So, when a presence is needed to cognize an absence, there is only a relative absence, for which we have to ask the questions, what and where. In the mathematics, some book, 0 is there. But me, the cognizer of 0, is the hero here. The hero is never absent. Only the 0 is absent. So there is no absolute absence in Vedanta. Absolute absence does not exist. Relative absence of things, situations, people, Devadatta is not in this room. He may be somewhere. He may be in his house, he may be sleeping, he may have gone abroad on a mission. We don't know at this point where he is, but where is he not? In this room. So when we cognize absence, we have to have two things always we say. Something is not there, we name that something. What is that something? It's a someone. Who is that? Show some sense of life. Yeah. Devadatta. Devadatta is not there. Where is he not? Where is he not? In this room he is not there. He may be anywhere. He may be by the Ganga. He may be in America. Doesn't matter. But here absence is there. And whose absence is there? Devadatta's absence is there. Okay? Everybody is becoming zero. So, towards the end of the course. So, this means I am the cognizer. I am the presence that cognizes absence. And if I am the presence that cognizes absence, who will cognize the absence of the presence is then we'll have to bring in another presence that cognizes the absence of this presence, and then we'll have to bring in yet another presence to cognize the absence of that presence. So what am I? A presence that is never absent. Alukta drik. And this is what was, Swamiji used to show it like this. Eyelidless eyes. You don't miss anything. That is the Atman. Atma is always drik, seer. And this is what Swamiji was quoting this morning. Natu drishtehe drashtuhu viparilopo vidyate. Brihadaranyaka Vakya. The seer is never absent. The content of the seer is always present, and when the role of the seer says, I see this or I don't see this or I am cognizing this absence, the cognition of absence depends upon me, the presence. And so the absence can only be relative. It cannot be absolute. So the term for zero in Sanskritam is not shunya. That's a later interpolation. It is actually pujya, puja yogya. That presence which it leaves behind, the cognition of absence leaves behind a presence that is worshipful. Me, Atma, Brahman, Ishvara. Very beautiful. Ramana Maharshi says in Sadvichara, there is a very nice work he wrote, Sad Darshanam, and there he says, Sat pratyayaha kim nu vihaya santam. And he says, the cognition, every cognition, I am counting. Oh, pot thought, bird thought, cat thought, monkey thought, bhelpuri thought, and so many thoughts. I am counting the thoughts without taking into account the presence of the thinker, the content of the thinker. This exercise, he says, is as foolish as a mathematical conference of mathematicians. Seriously, they are discussing some very important problem. And what is that problem? They are discussing some very involved problem without using the number one. Number one is to mathematics as to the understanding of the cognizer, the presence, is to Vedanta. Hasyana kim syat gatabhavi charcha vinaika sankhyaam ganana iva loke. Vina eka sankhyaam. Without number one, ganana. The person starts counting, but does not use the number one. And it's like a mathematical conference without the number one. Everybody is counting, but then there is no number one. How laughable is that? Similarly laughable is the Gata Bhavi Chinta. Gata Chinta, the Chinta of that which has gone, Bhavi, the Chinta of that which is yet to come, without understanding that presence, which is the witness of time. So therefore, it is Pujya. Zero is Pujya. Very nice. Can you explain a little more about the factors of action, how this helps to realize we are not the doer? I'm struggling, trying not to be the doer. In other words, I'm doing to not be the doer. Because that struggling is itself doing in a way. What factors of action? What are we talking about? Karakas. Whose question? Not here.
He's not present.
Not present. 5 factors of action. Does anybody know?
Maybe they're talking about the
Adhishthana.
organs of action.
Hmm?
Maybe they're talking about the organs of action. Like the hands.
Swami, Adhisthana, Karana.
Huh? Karakas?
Maybe Karakas.
No, you are saying something else. Oh, in the Bhagavad Gita.
Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah. Okay. Those this thing. Yeah. That which we did. Correct. Okay. The thing we were studying. I didn't understand what because there are the number 5, number 6 has an abiding. Number 3 has an abiding presence in Vedanta. Especially 6. So many 6 things are there. 7 also. 5 also. 5 karmendriyas, 5 jnanendriyas, 5 pranas, 5 this, 5 that. Yeah. So, adhisthana, meaning body. And then, adhisthana,
Karta.
yeah, the notion, I am the doer. Karana, the basically the koshas. So, karana, prana, 5 pranas, 5 indriyas. 5 jnanendriyas, 5 karmendriyas, prana. And then, prithak vidham means all these things. That's what. So these are all the 5 factors in action. And so, meaning, this is what I tell myself. Body is doing it, mind is doing it, senses are doing it, etc. All this is happening. All this is happening. And I, who is this I? I am Satchidananda Atma. I am Brahma. I am Brahman. That's what, we say. And then, so, the struggling to do I can understand, but it is just a transition. It's a process of transition. It's a struggle because it's a process of transition. One is, in a way, transitioning from identification with the doer to what? To understanding I am not the doer. So it's not so easy because the habit pattern is to think doer. And so, therefore, the exposure to the knowledge is very important. Repeated, constant exposure until the knowledge takes place. Just like even if somebody awakens one from the sleep, one knows their name. Just like you know the name, I know I am Brahman, that same kind of identification must be there. And so when that is there, the doership ultimately goes away. But relatively speaking, we can help ourselves. We can help ourselves to be more present and to do this Brahmarpanam, Krishnarpanamastu. Do something and before that say, Bhagavan, you are the doer. And after doing just what we do in the temple. What do we do in the temple? Sarvam Brahmarpanamastu. Prasida Parameshvara, Prasida Parameshvari, Om Tat Sat. That also we talked about. After doing, say Om Tat Sat. That helps with dropping the doership. The recitation of Om Tat Sat after doing and also saying Sarvam Brahmarpanamastu, Krishnarpanamastu, anything after doing. And before doing, just say that, I am dedicating everything to Bhagavan. Slowly doership loses its hold, its bite. The Jagat is what is that word? Sold, sought, sort. Sort? Sat. Oh, okay. Jagat is Sat plus name and form, as though. And the name and form is also Sat in its essence. Okay. So how does this as though work? As though. Yeah. How can this as though make the non-dual seem dual? That's why she is called Maya. How can name what's the last? Oh, how can Nama Rupa, next word, exist? How can Nama, come here. Yeah. You should have been a doctor.
I studied pharmacy.
Yeah. It's a,
And how can it seem different from Sat?
how can Nama Rupa seem different from Sat?
Yes.
Yeah. It is, we know this. It's the Avarana Shakti of Maya. Maya has powers. More than anyone. More than you. Yeah, that's the thing. Maya is very, very powerful. Aghatita ghatana patiyasi Maya. Patiyasi means more clever than I. This Maya is. Patu and, Patu means clever. Patiyas means cleverer than who? The person she is attacking. Patiyasi, feminine. Aghatita ghatana. She makes the unhappened happen. She makes the thing that is not there be there. She makes the thing that is there not there. If you know that's what she's doing, it's fun. Otherwise, one drowns in one's own tears. This is the power of Maya. Very, very strong. But Maya herself is non-separate from Brahman. And so, the Nama Rupas themselves are Sat. Maya herself is Sat. But the Avarana, Vikshepa can't cause problems. Two Shaktis are there, we say. Projective power Vikshepa and Avarana. Avarana means veiling power. You can also spell it Wailng, veiling, because she makes one cry. So that the projective power does not have any problems. Okay, there are many, many differences. That which converts the differences into divisions, unsurmountable divisions, over which people kill one another really, is what? Is because of Avarana. Vikshepa, there are many, 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 many things. So what? Let them be many, many things. There are many, many, many people. Let there be many, many people. There are many people who don't like each other. Let them not like each other. What's the big deal? No problem at all. But the Avarana means the veiling of my own nature as Parabrahma, as Paramatma, from myself causes problems. That has to be dissipated. That Avarana has to go. Vikshepa doesn't have to go. It can be there. When Avarana goes, Vikshepa becomes very enjoyable and benign. If Avarana is there, Vikshepa becomes very unbearable. I can't live here. I don't want all this. Too much becomes too much to handle. So therefore, we tackle the Avarana. How? Through the Upanishad. We shed the Avarana. Shedding the Avarana, then the Vikshepa becomes very enjoyable. because there are so many colors, so many tastes, so many things, to enjoy, to see, to hear, all these things. So the avarana has to be tackled, and that's what the whole Vedanta Shastra is about. We don't try to do anything with the vikshepa, because it's jiva srishti, it will continue. Like I can enjoy the sunset even though I know the sun is not really setting. Similarly, I can enjoy the jagat even though I know it's not really there. Ultimately, it's not there. That's all. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet, Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Tomorrow 8:30 is Gita class. I will be taking the morning class.